What's up guys, Phoenix here, and in this video we're going to be looking at some of the Dragons of Legend 3 early leaks that were compiled in photo form over on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization website. Big thanks to them for compiling this all together. I really like the resource of information that they've been providing to the game for the past year plus. But anyway, the main thing is that we have a lot of picture confirmation of new cards that are being brought to us from Japan. We've got some cards that are being imported over from the TCG Europe area into the American TCG, and then we have some just other cards that are being printed in this set. We've got some reprints from previous Dragons of Legend sets. Link to this article will be in the description of the video, just so you can go and look at it a little bit more in depth, because a lot of this stuff largely doesn't matter. We've got some manga cards in the form of Raid Raptor Blade Burner Falcon. This is the one that boosts itself up to a 4K beater if you're a certain amount lower than your opponent in life. We got Zushin the Sleeping Giant, that 5D's, Egyptian god powered card or something like that. I think it's effectively a towers, but it kind of sucks because it requires quite a few turns of setup, or you have to just rely on some really degenerate strat of shuffling it back into your deck and drawing it again to make a monster, a level 1 normal monster, get 10 counters on it before you can even summon it. But the main thing that I'm really focused on about this, and that I'm really excited for, is the fact that we, as the American TCG, have not had access to a certain set of cards, but the European TCG has had a set of, and that is the Train cards. Now, we've got some of the Train cards imported to the American TCG from the OCG from the Dark Illusions, the Revolving Switchyard and I believe Daracrane were the two cards that were imported to us, and then we've always had, and then we got the Exceed as well, and then we've always had Gustav Max, we've always had Ruffy and Railcar, and then we've had the Shaddoll cards and Volcanic cards that go into that deck, but we've never been able to play the Train deck in the TCG. And we got these cards in the Dark Illusions, but we were still missing the set of the cards that have been printed in the TCG for, I think, a year or two at this point, that were released in a Duel Carnival game, if I'm remembering correctly. It was released in some game that was released only in Europe, meaning that the cards exist in English in the form of Night Express Knight, Snowplow, Hustle Rustle, and Special Schedule. These cards have existed in English for at least a year at this point. But in the American TCG, we can't play them, much like how when we get a manga card, like Utopia the Lightning, the European game, the European player base can't play that card because it wasn't released there. Even though it is in English and is a TCG printed card, they can't play it. Same thing, but on the other side of the coin. It's very rare that that happens to us. But, so the main thing that's been putting me off of trying to play this Train deck is the fact that we still don't have all the cards for it, even though we could play a Shaddoll Train deck as of right now. We don't have the best cards for it, and that is, Night Express Knight, mainly because this card can summon itself for free and trigger your field spell and stuff like that. And then we have cards like, Snowplow, Hustle Rustle, and Special Schedule that are confirmed for being printed in this set. So we finally get them in the American TCG. Now, if you wanted to, you could easily go buy English versions of these cards already existing, because they do exist from the video game. If you want the originals, you can get those, and then they'll just be legal for play in America once this set drops next weekend. But ultimately, a lot of stuff doesn't really matter from this, I don't think. There's some Cardian things in here. I believe the Cyber Angels are coming in here as well. They just haven't been confirmed for Rarity, if I know correctly. But I know they've been confirmed for release in this set. I just don't know if they've been confirmed for rarities. Like I said, I'm going to leave the link to this article in the description just so you guys can go check it out if you want to. But mainly that's the main thing I wanted to talk about. I'm really excited because I've got the Shaddoll Train deck ready to go. I'm just waiting on these cards. And I'm waiting on some Shaddoll cards that I have ordered to come in. But I have the rest of the deck. I've got recipe, deck lists and deck recipes, if you want to call them that, just set and ready to go. I just didn't want to do anything with it because it literally isn't TCG legal. And I think the deck might be a little bit past its prime. I mean, it is Shaddoll, so it is still, inherently strong, but I don't know. I don't know if the deck is going to be capable of doing anything in the TCG because it may be well past its prime. I don't know, but we'll find out. Basically, I think some form of Train variant, whether it's Volcanic or Shaddoll, might be decent in the TCG, but I don't know if it'll be Tier 1 capable because of all the advancement we've had in the game. But then again, Blue Eyes as a deck exists, and people are arguing that it's Tier 1, so I mean, the Train deck essentially does the exact same sort of concept in the form of just consistently throwing out beaters that do you something. So, I don't know. Could very well be some sort of deck that actually has Tier 1 potential, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about in the comments down below. But other than that, like I said, for the 3 or 4 times before that, I'm going to be leaving the link to this in the description if you want to go check it out and see all the card rarities that are confirmed and stuff like that. But otherwise, I think the only main thing that is important about this is the fact that we're getting the Train cards. that were in Europe only. We're finally getting those cards, and I'm actually like really happy about that because, like I said, it allows us to play either Volcanic Trainz, Shaddoll Trainz, what other variant of those decks you want to play. But other than that, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this information and stuff like that in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe to all the nonsense you usually do, as per usual, and that's going to be it for this video. As always, guys, take care.